Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, kami dari kelompok 2 yang beranggotakan saya sendiri, Tri Wiji Lestari dengan Dian Mulyati. Baik, di sini saya Tri Wiji Lestari akan melanjutkan pembacaan chapter 2.
Art skin for excessive play and force refer to the graph at the right. It shows the average high and low temperature each month from January to June in Memphis, Tennessee. Suppose the trend continues through July. 3. Predict the average high temperature for the month of July. 4. Predict the average low temperature for the month of July. 5. Reading. Maya read 10 pages of a 150-page book on Monday and plans to read twice as many pages each day than she did the previous day. On what day will she finish the book? 6. School. The graph shows the number of energy bars sold in a school cafeteria during one week. According to the graph, did the cafeteria sell more energy bars on Monday or Tuesday? 7. Safety. An elevator scene seats do not exceed 2,500 pounds. How many people each weighing about 150 pounds can be in the elevator at the same time? 8. Number theory. Find two numbers whose sum is 56 and whose product is 783. 9. Bowling. Tariq and 3 of his friends are going bowling, and they have a total of $70 to spend. Suppose they buy a large pizza for different and excellent bowling shots. How many games can they bowl if they all bowl the same number of games? 10. Standard test practice. The following sequence forms a pattern for 8, 12, 16. If this pattern continues, which expression can be used to find the sixth term? Making prediction. Work with a partner. Pour 1 cup of water into the drinking glass. Measure the height of the water and record it in a table like the one below. Place 5 marbles in the glass. Measure the height of the water and record it in your table. Continue adding marbles, 5 at a time, until there are 20 marbles in the glass. After each time, measure and record the height of the water. 1. By how much did the height of the water change after each addition of 5 marbles? 2. Predict the height of the water when 30 marbles are in the drinking glass. Explain how you made your prediction. 3. Test your prediction by placing 10 more marbles in the glass. 4. Draw a graph of the data that you record in the table. Example. Use a line graph to predict Statue of Liberty. The table shows the time it takes pilot to climb the Statue of Liberty, make a line grab, and predict the total time it will take him to climb 354 steps to the top. A scatter plot displays two sheets of data on the same graph. Like line graphs, scatter plots are useful for making predictions because they show trends in data. If the points on a scatter plot come close to lying on a straight line, two of data are related. Example: use a scatter plot to predict swimming. The scatter plot shows the winning time for the women's 100 meter butterfly event at the Summer Olympics from 1968 to 2000. Use it to predict a winning time for this event at the 2012 Olympics. By looking at the pattern in the graph, we can predict that the winning time at the 2012 Olympics will be about 54 seconds. 1. Reading math. Explain how a graph can be used to make predictions. 2. Open-ended. Name two sheets of data that can be grabbed on a scatter plot. 3. Which one does belong? Identify the term that does not have the same characteristics as the other three. Expand your resume. 4. Snacks. The graph shows the sales in billions of dollars of salty snacks like potato chips and bread for several years. If the trend continues, about will the sales be in 2006?
For 1 month, Mahka has been planning for several weeks for cross-country tryouts. His progress is shown in the graph at the right. To make the team, he must be able to run 1 mile in less than 8 minutes. If the trend continues, will Mahka make the team? Explain. 6. Schools. The line graph shows public school teacher salaries for the past few years. If the trend continues, about what will the average annual salary be in 2005? 7. Research. Use the internet or another source to find a real-life example of a line graph. Write a description of what the graph displays and extend the graph to show where the data will be in the future. Olympics. For exercise 8 and 9, use the table below. It shows the number of nations that participate in the Summer Olympics from 1948 to to 2000. 8. Make a line graph of the data. 9. Predicts the number of nations that will participate in the 2008 Summer Olympics. For exercise 10 to 12. Use the table at the right. It shows the relationship between the speed of a vehicle and the distance required to stop in certain weather conditions. 10. Make a scatter plot of the data. Use the speed on the horizontal axis and the stopping distance on the vertical axis. 11. Describe the relationship, if any, between the two sets of data. 12. Predicts the stopping distance for a car traveling 45 miles per hour. 13. Critical thinking. What can you conclude about the relationship between students' rhythm and height sound in the scatter plot at the right? 14. Extending the illusion. The graph at the right is called a multiple line graph because it contains more than one line graph. The multiple line graph shows the population of Miami-Dade and Broward continues in Florida from 1950 to 2000. Do you think that the population of Broward County will catch up to the population of Miami-Dade County in the next census of 2010? Spiral review by standardized test practice. For exercises 50 and 60, refer to the graph on the right that shows the number of customers at clothes village at the different times during the day. 50. Multiple choice. Extra workers are needed when the number of customers in the store exceeds 50. Between which horse is extra help needed? 60. Short response. Predicts about how many customers are in the store at 8:00 p.m. 17. Statistics. Push an appropriate interval and call for the following set of data: 35, 42, 18, 25, 32, 47, 34, 18, right? 72,000 in scientific notation. Prerequisite skill. The following data are the heights of the players in feet on the Miami Heat basketball team. Line plot. I am ever going to ask these buildings The table shows the number of stories in the 32 tallest buildings in Los Angeles. 1. Do any of the files sound much greater or much less than the other data files? 2. The sum of the buildings have the same number of stories. Is this easy to see? Explain. 3. What bitwise can you solve for organizing this data? New vocabulary include cluster, outlier, range. One way to show how data are split out is to use a line plot. A line plot is a diagram that shows the frequency of data on a number line and is placed above a number on number lines each time that data values occurs. Make a line plot. Bullets. Make a line plot of the data shown above. Step 1. Draw a number line because the source buildings in the table has 17 stories and the tallest has 73. You can use a scale of 15 to 75 can an interval of 5. Step 2. Put on above the number the reference the number of stories in each building. You can make some observation about the distribution of data or how data are grouped together or spread out using the line plot in example 1. In a line plot, you can also easily find the range of the data or the difference between the greatest and least number in the data set. This value is helpful in saying how spread all the data are. Examples use a line plot to analyze data. So, the line plot below shows price for different basketball shoes. What is the rank of the data? Identify any clues, grab, and outliers in the data in example 2 and explain what they mean. Many of the data cluster around $75. You could say that most of the shoes cost from $70 to $85. There is a gap from $30 to $50. So there were no shoes in this price range. The number 30 appears removed from the rest of the data, so it could be considered an outlier. This means that $30 is an extremely low price and not representative of the whole data set. Skill and concept check. 1. List the information you can identify from a line plot that is not active in an unorganized list of data. 2. Opening that. Draw a line plot that displays 15 pages of data. Arrange the data so that there is a cluster and one outlier. 3. Find the error. Ryan and Darnell are analyzing the data, so the line plot at the right row is called X-ray. 4. Data sense refers to the line plot in XRS 3 when the right and identity unclustered graphs or outliers. 5. Make a line plot of the data. 6. Identify cluster gaps or outliers. 7. Summarize the data in a sentence or two. 8. What is the rank of the data? 9. What temperature occurs most often? 10. Identify clusters, gaps, or outliers and analyze the data by describing what their values represent. 11. Describe how the rank of the data would change if 122 were not part of the data set. Practice and application. 12. Determine whether a statement is sometimes, always, or never true. Explain. 14. You can determine the number of items in a data set from a line plot. 15. If there is a cluster, it will appear in the center of the line plot. Survey. For exercise 60 to 80, use the line plot at the right and the information below. Jamie asked her classmates how many cans of soda they drink on a typical day. The results are shown on the line plot. 16. What was the most frequent response? 17. What is the rank? 18. Summarize the data in a sentence or two. 19. Make a line plot of the data. 20. Find the rank and determine uncluster or outliers. 21. Summarize the data on the line plot in a sentence or two. 22. The following data are the maximum spans in order of the minimals in the table. 36, 50, 28, 10, 20, 77, 36, 54, 50, 24, 23, 27, 45, 37, 24, and 15. Make a line plot of the data and compare it to the line plot you made in exercise 19. Include a discussion about cluster, outliers, rank, and gaps in data. 23. Data science. The last 14 boarding scores of the people are shown on the line plots below. Describe which person is more consistent and explain how you know. 24. Vertical between compare and contrast line plots and frequency tables, and plot a discussion about whether so and if it's better to ask which down. 25. multiple choice. Multiple choice. Which of the following describes a cluster of data? 26. Multiple choice determine which sentence is not true. The number that occurs most often is 20. There are 23 numbers in the dataset. The majority of the data is greater than 18. The rank is 13. 27. Rank. The scatter plot shows the height of graph on several lines and the amount of rank that has highlighted on each line. Create a conversion result on the graph. 28. True or false. A frequency table is a good way to organize large amounts of data. 29. They provide 15. 13. 30. And plus 18. So 33. 31. 25 or means 4. 32. 12 eighths. That's 120. Basic skill add or divide from to the next 10 in necessary. Mean, median, and mode. Mini-lab. Work with a partner. In 5 dice, it's now 4 inch, 3 inch, 5 inch, 1 inch, and 2 inch. Make a stack of groups to represent the snowfall for each die, as shown at the right. Move the cubes from stack to stack until each stack has the same number of cubes. How many cubes are in each stack? In the past 5 dice. 1. How many cubes are in a stack? 2. In the past 5 dice, it's not on average of inch per die. 3. Suppose on the 6th die it's now 9 inch if you move the cubes again. How many cubes would be in a stack? If you had to choose one number to represent the data, set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A good choice would be the middle number 3. When analyzing that, it is often helpful to use a single number to describe the whole set. Numbers called measure of central tendency can be used to describe the center of data. The most common of these measures are mean, median, and mode. Example: find the mean. Nutrition. The table shows the grams of sugar in 20 different breakfast bars. Find the mean. New vocabulary. Measure of central tendency, mean, median, mode. Example: find the mean, median, and mode. 2. Space. 27 countries have sent people into space. The table shows the number of individuals from each country. Find the mean, median, and mode of the data. means sum of data divided by 27 or 50 to 6. Median 14. 14 odd number of the ordered data or one. Most number appearing most